Last trimester was rough. I had the heartburn, constipation. I kept having prodromal labor contractions. And then there towards the end, I was having real contractions. Those are rough. Thank you, Nathan. Did I go natural? I went natural, but I had an epidural. Thank God for that. I don't know what's the difference. Is like natural without an epidural, or I don't know. I always just thought natural meant like from the hoo-ha. Did you guys see the trailer for this new season of my show? It's quite exciting. Yeah, the funniest thing is I don't have a way to watch Lifetime. Oh, thank you, Pam. Oh, that's cool. I don't have like cable or like DirecTV or anything. It's gonna be good.
I gotta show the ending again, y'all. Look.
For this new season of my show. It's quite exciting. Yeah, the funniest thing is I don't have a way to watch Lifetime. Oh, thank you, Pam. Oh, that's cool.
That was cool. Y'all, Twin Sparks official is amazing. The way they portray Gypsy and stuff is just so hilarious. It really is. Them and CJ. The guy CJ. Okay, sorry. I had to pause and kind of collect myself a little bit because that was hilarious. If y'all didn't think that was funny, I don't know what to tell you because that was funny. Especially the ending part when it made that sound because Gypsy got a gift when she was doing that live. And then she's like, oh, that's cool. And he squirted the milk in his face. And she says, oh, that's cool. That was funny. Anyway, welcome to Night Combos. Thank you so much to all of our subscribers. We're still growing each day, y'all. So we're still hoping to reach 3,500 by the end of the month. But thank you so much to all of our subscribers and all of our new subscribers. Welcome. We appreciate you subscribing to our channel and our family here on YouTube. We love and appreciate all of you so much. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always. And we would greatly appreciate it so much. Okay, before we get into how Gypsy is absolutely not rocking it as a mom, as she says, she says she's, quote, rocking it as a mom. Before we get into that, we need to say real quick, the video that we posted last night about her CO, about the CO situation, and how it could possibly have been Gypsy's CO after the whole shenanigans happened at the men's correction facility in Chillicothe, Missouri. The video about that last night. Trixie Lane, let us know that she had made a video about this. And so she was in our comments, and there was someone else in the comments too that apparently helped Trixie, find out this information and stuff. Anyway, they had let us know that Trixie had done a video on that already, and we didn't know it. And we watch her channel, when her videos pop up when we're scrolling, we watch her channel, and stuff, but we didn't know she had a video out about it. But she had cleared it up. We talked it out and stuff over the comments and everything. And, she was talking about the person on Reddit. Someone stole Trixie's information, her research and stuff that she done, and posted it on Reddit. And that's what she didn't appreciate. So anyway, there's no like bad blood or bad feelings or hard feelings or anything like that. Y'all, I felt so bad because I felt like she thought that we had took her work or something, but she knows that we didn't. She understands that. Creators are going to cover the same topic, at times, but we didn't know that she had already done a video on it. So she does have that video on her channel if y'all do want to go and watch it, about the CO and that whole situation that we done a video on last night. But yeah, we just wanted to say that real quick and let y'all know that Trixie had already done a video on it. We just didn't know it. So we apologize for that. But anyway, we were looking on Instagram earlier and came across some comments that we wanted to show y'all that Gypsy made. And I wouldn't even call them comments. Like, in my opinion, I would call them excuses. Like, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
By the way, like, hey, hubby.
Hey, lovey.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, I didn't let hubby say that he was here. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, let's look at those comments, though. So, hopping over here to Instagram, looking at Miss Gypsy Rose's Dipsy Gypsy's Instagram, she had this post put up. Remember, she went out the other night, the night of February 7th, and it was to a Post Malone concert that was hosted by Bud Light, which we'll get into that in our updated PO video this week. Not the video where we're doing a video talking about talking to the state parole board. Not that video, but we have another updated video talking to her PO. And we'll get into this Bud Light thing even more. But y'all can see where someone said at the top here, geez, you have some lenient parole officers. And we wrote, she really does, and it's sad. Her PO's supervisor is very lenient and nonchalant as well. But, like an emoji, kind of like, but, what can you do other than go to the state level like we've done, and we're still working on with them to get information to them and talk with them and everything. Anyway, Gypsy replied saying, it was just a concert. I wasn't drinking. So why would my parole officer have a problem with me going to a concert? Well, one, because he seems to not have a problem with you doing anything. And that's the point we were making in our video last night. Could this whole CO, the correctional officer, have anything to do with that? We're just wondering. But you say you weren't drinking, but y'all check this out real quick, and then we'll come right back. So this is Gypsy at the concert, and she's filming herself, of course, instead of the concert, whereas you see everybody else filming the concert, taking pictures of Post Malone, that kind of thing like normal people do, but not Dipsy Gypsy. She's over here filming herself, being very conceited as she is. But y'all watch this girl right here. We were talking to someone in the comments the other day about this girl right here. Watch what she does, and then watch her laughing with the girl next to her right there. Look at her throwing some shade to Gypsy, and they're laughing about it. And Gypsy seems to not like it so much, so she then puts the phone down where you can't really see their faces, and then is filming herself. Who's to say she doesn't have a drink in her hand? Because look here. Y'all can see where people are holding their phone and their cup of beer and bottle of beers and their phone as well. Like you can see some people, I'll back it up a little bit. You can see some people that are holding their beers and like a bottle of beer and their phone in the same hand, which can easily be done. I mean, let's be real here. You can hold a bottle of beer like in between, for example, your ring finger and your pinky finger or something, while holding your phone up also to film yourself. and nobody would ever see it because you're filming yourself. You know, you're not filming in front of you. And even if you were filming in front of you, nobody would see it because it would be being held down below the camera. What do y'all think? Do y'all think she really drank? I mean, the way she was acting, and I'm not talking about just right here kind of dancing with the music and stuff, but like, just do y'all think that she drank at the concert? Like, I kind of do because she stayed out all night, but we'll get to that in just a second. So back over here to the comments, the person wrote back to Gypsy and said, "Why the F aren't you home with your baby? You sure are comfortable leaving her all the time. Because remember, when she went to this concert on February 7th through February 8th, the concert went from February 7th to February 8th, which we'll get to in just a second. She stayed there all night, okay? All night. Not even a week before this, she was out on a date night with Kenny Boy because she said she needed to prioritize their relationship. Okay? So then Gypsy writes back and says, she was spending quality time with family. Am I supposed to keep her from her family? Am I supposed to just keep her all to myself and not socialize her with close family? And that was just the first part of the comment, y'all, because Gypsy wrote a long comment here. So here's the full comment. Am I supposed to just keep her all to myself and not socialize her with close family? I have not had her attached to me all of a few hours out of the last month. Hardly, quote, all the time, end quote. Clearly, you are not a mother, because if you were, you would understand how isolating the first month of motherhood is and how becoming a new mother comes with many stressors, and most women lose their self-identity in the first month. So if you're trying to shame me for having a good mental health standing and a wonderful support system, well then shame on me for being a good mom that takes care. She don't use punctuation, y'all, so it's hard to read. But then shame on me for being a good mom that takes care of her own mental health enough to where I could go back home, burp her, change her, feed her, sing her lullabies, and put her to bed without having to feel this overwhelming feeling of the stress of how new this experience is. It's much better to be a mom with good mental health than one who is burnt out and unhealthy. Yes, a new mom does need to be mentally healthy. And if you're feeling those ways, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not talking just Gypsy, I'm talking anybody, that's a new mom. If you're feeling those ways, I would say, like, go to a therapist, like, do y'all agree? Let us know. But, like, I would personally talk to my doctor and maybe go to a therapist or a counselor or something and be like, hey, I'm feeling like this and that as a new mom, like, how can I, help this situation or make this situation better? Not going out all night and going out on date nights and then not even a week later going out all night and all of that. But to tell someone they are clearly not a mother, because if they were, they would understand, that's wrong. That's wrong, because actually the person she's talking to is a mother. Like, we looked into them and looked into their comments and stuff. They are a mother. And they didn't leave their baby. That's what they were saying. I didn't leave my baby the first month. I couldn't. I didn't leave my baby for the first year is what they said. But, I mean, some people in the first year, they have to go back to work and, things like that. That's understandable. But I couldn't leave my baby, who came early, that's been going to the doctor every week since it's been born. I personally could not leave my baby. No, I wouldn't. And you're not keeping her from family, Gypsy, because you literally live with Daddy Rod and, Mom, Krusty Christy, okay? You live with them. They see the baby all the time. So you're not keeping her away from them because you're with them all the time. so they get to see her anytime they want. So this is a poor excuse, Gypsy. And also her saying, I've not had her attached to me all of a few hours out of the last month. You were out a few hours on a date night with Ken. Not even a week before this, remember? And then you were out all night the night of the concert. Y'all look at this right here. Okay, this was on February 7th before they even got to the venue, actually, where she stopped and got French fries and a Pepsi and made sure to show her Pepsi on the screen, you know. But y'all look at this, at what time I was recording this. I literally went to bed. Hubby and I went to bed. I happened to wake up, you know, as people do. You know, I happened to wake up. I checked my phone and look, I found this, so I recorded it. And you can see what time I recorded it. Right here. And this was February 8th by then. It was February 8th at 4:58 a.m. That's 4:50. We're on Eastern Standard Time. Gypsy's on Central Standard Time. So she's an hour behind us. This is basically 5 o'clock in the morning, our time. This would have been 4 o'clock Gypsy's time on February 8th. Keep that in mind. Now look at the flyer for the event. Right, first of all, you had to be 21 plus to get in. But right down here at the bottom where I have it circled and an arrow pointing to it, February 7th, 9 p.m. to February 8th, 4 a.m. So right at the time I happened to catch this and record this, it was right at the time the concert would have been like ending for her, okay? And that's how I got the ending of the live recording that I got. The piece that I was showing y'all at first was from February 7th when she first got there and was ordering her French fries. And I was recording the ending of it when I woke up at 5 o'clock our time, which was, again, 4 o'clock her time. And look what time it ended. 4 a.m. So do y'all think she was out all night? Because it looks like it. It really looks like it. Because she couldn't have gotten home and then posted this once she got home at 4 o'clock in the morning. She was literally live. What do y'all think? What are y'all's thoughts? We'll look at some more comments where she catches attitude with people. And someone right up here at the top says, "You're not the first person to have a baby, LOL, laughing face. We do have kids. I have 2 kids and 10 grandkids, and you are telling me, gal, get out of here. Fool, you should be with your kid bonding. The first year is important." And that is very much true. The first year is very important. And then someone replied to Gypsy as to why she shouldn't be at the concert. And they're saying, because it is a Bud Light concert, which is a beer, Gypsy, and you know that. It's beer. But y'all can see Gypsy said, "I wasn't drinking, so it doesn't matter if Dr. Pepper or Bud Light was a sponsor. As long as I didn't drink, I did nothing wrong." She says, as long as I didn't drink, I did nothing wrong. Read between the lines a little bit. As long as I didn't drink, I did nothing wrong. But you're not saying you didn't drink. You're just saying as long as you don't drink, then you didn't do nothing wrong. I don't know, y'all. I'm wondering if she drank or not. Like, I'm kind of believing that she did. Like, that's my opinion. Like, what about you?
Yeah, I think so myself.
I do, because, I mean, that's easier for her to get away with. Because by the time it's reported to her PO and they call her in and, you know, test her urine or whatever, blood and everything, it's going to be gone. Her blood alcohol level will be down, and it's not going to show up in her blood or her urine. Okay, so going on down some more. This person said, who goes to a concert and keeps the camera on them? Is that self-centered? Oh, wait, she is. I just thought that was kind of funny because, yeah, she's very much self-centered. And you can see right here, someone said, would have looked better with a bra. And then Gypsy wrote, I was wearing a strapless bra for the first time and it didn't fit well. Someone says, call her P.O. And then Gypsy wrote, I wasn't drinking. I was enjoying the concert and listening to music. Call my parole officer for what exactly? Listening to music? Oh, okay. Go get a life. Clearly you don't have one since you're on my page harassing me about listening to music. This person isn't harassing her. This person made one comment on her post. And Gypsy, you made yourself public, okay? You made yourself public. You put yourself on TV. You're the one that wanted to write books. You're the one that was disappointed when you didn't come out of prison famous. Y'all remember us showing you this from the video the other day? Gypsy Rose Blanchard thought that more people would recognize her and her then husband, Ryan Anderson, in New York. She made this comment on Anderson's Instagram post, which went viral. She was upset that more people didn't recognize her. She wanted to be a celebrity and be famous. Well, sorry, Miss Dip Jip. You're infamous. And you're not a celebrity. You unalived your mother. Period. That's what you did. So if we go back to the comments, someone said, where the F is your baby? Shouldn't you be with her nursing? And Gypsy wrote, we formula feed and she was fed right before I left. I'm so thankful to have such an amazing and fast support system. What kind of sense?
I don't know.
Sorry, y'all. We formula feed and she was fed right before I left. I'm so thankful to have such an amazing and fast support system who I trust with the care of my daughter. I don't feel comfortable yet with getting a sitter, so I rely on family to babysit for a few hours, and then it's back to the grind of taking care of my sweet baby girl. Back to the grind. What? Oh my gosh. Y'all, back to the grind? Your child is not a job. What? You should want to do these things for your child. Gypsy, do you not remember wanting to get pregnant by Nick? All the way back then by Dan? All the way back then? 10 years ago? You've been wanting to get pregnant ever since then. You finally had a baby, allegedly on December 28th. And you want to literally word it that way? Back to the grind? Y'all, I can't. This girl, y'all, it's a mess. But the rest of the statement, sorry, I'll start from the beginning. The statement says, we formula feed, and she was fed right before I left. I'm so thankful to have such an amazing and fast support system who I trust with the care of my daughter. I don't feel comfortable yet with getting a sitter, so I rely on family to babysit for a few hours. And then it's back to the grind of taking care of my sweet baby girl. I was back that night and fed her, changed her, and laid her on my chest, burped her, sang her a lullaby, and then put her to bed. What? Do y'all believe that? Do y'all really believe that? But I mean, then again, maybe so. Maybe so when you come rolling in at 4:35 in the morning. And it's time for the baby to be fed again because she's a month old. So you may be right. You may have fed her when you got back home. What do y'all think about this? Back to the grind? Does that piss anybody else off, or is it just me? It's just me? Like, okay, fine. But that's wild to me. I mean, she makes it sound like it's an absolute chore and she hates it. And I get being a mom and being a new mom to your first baby is hard. It's tough. I get that. But to act like it's a chore and you hate it, or if you really feel like that, like it's a chore and you hate it, yeah, you need some therapy, girlfriend. You do, girly pop. Seriously. And then here's some more comments. And just wait, because she'll catch attitude again here in just a second. Here's someone right here saying, you are always talking about, quote, the grind of taking care of your baby, end quote. It's your newborn infant child. Yes, raising a child is hard work, but she's still a newborn. This isn't supposed to be, quote, a grind, end quote. It is supposed to be the happiest time of your life where you get to bond and connect with your daughter. Exactly. Exactly. Very well said. Thank you. Like that. Huh. At least, okay, now I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. So, there you go. I mean, do y'all think the same? And then right here, someone said, well, she has a kid now. Her life isn't about her anymore. It's about her baby. She needs to grow up now. You're right, she does, but she hasn't yet, and I doubt she will. And I wrote 100% because, like, yes, 100. She needs to grow up. She's a dang nut. Have her watch your kids. Laughing face. Right up under the comment of someone saying this is your newborn infant daughter and it's time to this is the time to bond with her and all of that, and it's about, you know, your baby, she need it and all of that, you know, right up under that. And then right up under the comment of it's about her baby, she needs to grow up now, someone wrote laughing face. That's what I thought too. She's odd as a cod. I thought that was funny. I've never heard that before. She's odd as a cod. Still living in a Disney fantasy land, it seems. I hope that the state is looking in on that family. Wait till she's off parole. Shoot's gonna get real. And hubby and I have talked about this too, and we've kind of said the same thing. See, she's got like parole under her thumb a little bit right now. Her parole officer, anyway, not the state parole board, but her parole officer, anyway. She's got him kind of under her thumb. And for some reason, he just lets her get away with a lot, which we've been told by other sources that parole officers are pretty lenient in I was about to say New Orleans, but in Louisiana, period. But when she gets off parole, she won't have their little protection anymore. She won't have her parole officer's protection anymore. If she does something, it'll be the police being called and then her getting handcuffed and hauled off to jail if she does something to break the law. That's what it'll be. And it'll be a whole new charge if she does something. And then she has some of her little dip jip white nighters in here taken up for her. Even creepy baby doll face was in here. SMB Explorers, the one that's always on her BFF Breeze panel. The one at I call the person creepy baby doll face because that's what they have as their profile picture, is a creepy baby doll face. Like, yeah, they're even in the comments defending her. But this comment says, hope you did, because looks like you're in for a big surprise. Remember the text from Dawn? Question mark, question mark. I thought that was interesting because this person brought up Dawn Boker, the whole thing. A lot of you may have heard about it that's going on with Fancy and Dawn Boker. Toddy One Skip on her channel has talked a lot about it, so y'all can go over to Toddy's channel to hear a lot about what's going on with that situation and the law and everything. And this comment says, at a function fully endorsed by Rugs and alcohol. It's not endorsed by Rugs, but I get what the person's saying. It is endorsed by alcohol, though, by Bud Light alcohol. Someone called the PO. How acceptable is this? Grow up, Gypsy Rose. 2 laughing faces. Agreed. Grow up. Okay, so y'all can see this comment right here at the top where it says, girl, do it. You feel refreshed. When I was a month and a half postpartum, meaning when her child was a month and a half old, I went to get my nails done and toes. It felt nice getting the mental break. It's necessary for us women. We can get lost in motherhood, and that's when depression can get to you. I wished people would see it, that it's not being selfish. Mamas need to care for themselves too. And you're right. Yes, they do. But going to the nail salon for an hour and a half to get your nails and toes done is completely different than being on parole for unaliving your mother and going to a concert that is endorsed and hosted by alcohol that you're not supposed to be around. Gypsy lies in the comments and says she can be around it as long as she doesn't drink it. No, that is not true. It is part of her parole that she cannot be around alcohol or with anyone that is drinking alcohol. Did y'all see all them beers right next to her, right beside her? Who's to say she didn't hand her beer to someone else, or to the girl she was with while she was filming? We don't know. We don't know. But then Gypsy writes, absolutely, it's much better to feel refreshed than to feel burnout and frustrated. So you've been feeling burnout and frustrated, Gypsy? Huh? With your newborn baby that you wanted oh so bad? And then she writes right up under that, what I like to do on a daily after she's been fed and put to bed is I run myself a hot bubble bath and soak for as long as I can. And that is my me time on a daily. It also gives me a chance to shave my legs, LOL. The first 2 weeks I hadn't shaved, and my first shave was the best feeling in the world, LOL. Nobody's LOLing with you, Gypsy. No one, okay? Like, yeah, having a bubble bath is fine. But the thing is, again, it's because you live with your parents, or not your parents, your dad and your stepmom. Not your actual mom, but your dad and your stepmom, Christy, who can watch the baby if it cries or it wakes up from being laid down needing to be fed. Because we all know newborns, they start to sleep a little longer at about a month and a half old. But, we all know newborns wake up around every 2.5 hours or so. Some even wake up every hour and a half, to feed. So get real, Gypsy, seriously. And this person wrote, she's on parole. She's not supposed to be around alcohol. Exactly. And Gypsy wrote, actually, the rule is you could be around alcohol. You can't consume it if you're on parole. Trying to act like she's not on parole. You're still on parole, Gypsy, until June of this year, okay? So stop trying to pretend. But the person says she's on parole. She's not supposed to be around alcohol. That is 100% true. If you go to a restaurant that happens to serve alcohol, that's fine if you're on parole. But the party you're with at the restaurant, like if you're there with your parents, if you're there with your friends, if you're there with your spouse, whatever, no one that's there with you can consume alcohol since you are there, which we have all seen her do. She's been at a restaurant where Ken and her dad and Christy and all are having beers and drinks all around her. That's against her parole. And we've even shown y'all that, where Nadatha, who was a prisoner with Gypsy but changed her life, but Nadatha changed her life around, explained the whole alcohol situation. We've shown y'all that in previous videos. But for Gypsy to say, actually, the rule is you could be around alcohol. You can't consume it if you're on parole. Well, you are on parole, Gypsy. Stop talking like you're in third person. Like, stop doing that. Because no, you're not supposed to be around alcohol. And you know you're not. And then this person says, so why did you say you couldn't go to bars, casinos, etc.? And Gypsy wrote, I can't go to bars, but the Fillmore is a concert venue, not a bar. That was a backdrop because Bud Light sponsored the concert. Okay, we'll look at that picture in just a second and see if it's actually a backdrop. Someone right here wrote, when you have 24-hour nanny care after wanting a baby since she was 23, sure, why not? It wasn't since she was 23. She was 23, fixing to be 24 the very next month when she unalived her mom. She was actually wanting a baby way before that. Y'all see that? That picture? That isn't a pull-down backdrop. Those are actual kegs of Bud Light and actual cases of Bud Light that are all around her. Y'all can see all the Bud Light kegs. These are kegs, stacked on kegs, stacked on kegs, cases of beer, stacked on cases of beer, more kegs right down here at the bottom, all of that. And yeah, they may have had that set up with the Post Malone sign where you could take pictures at it. But still, it isn't like a pull-down backdrop like she tried to make it out like it was. So what are y'all's thoughts on all this? Her comments that she put on her Instagram post and her catching attitude with people because they're calling her out on her BS. What are y'all's thoughts and opinions? Leave them in the comment section down below. We'll be conversating with y'all like always. We truly appreciate y'all watching the video. We hope y'all enjoyed it and found it a little bit informative, I guess, or entertaining, I suppose. But we hope y'all enjoyed the video regardless. And we truly appreciate all of our subscribers. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. We have several videos coming this week that we've been working on, the PO update, all of that. The book, the chapter 12 and 13 of the book, so we can go ahead and get to chapter 14 and give our commentary on that, because chapter 14 is literally titled the night that she unalived her mom, the date that she unalived her mom. So yeah, we're trying to get through 12 and 13, so we'll have that all posted with all the other videos we've been talking about. So make sure you have your notifications turned on. And if you are already subscribed to us, please make sure you're still subscribed to us, because like we said, YouTube does try to get rid of bots and fake accounts, and they accidentally unsubscribe real accounts a lot. So make sure you're still subscribed, and make sure you do subscribe if you're not already. We greatly appreciate it so much. And we hope you have a good night, and God bless.
Have a good night. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.